So I'll say the Optimil and the Optimizer are the absolute perfect names for that product because that's exactly what I felt. Whenever I'm running or walking, I tend to feel that my pelvis wants to tip back. My right leg kind of feels like it's dragging through and my right foot turns out when I land, and you feel that with every single step that you take. But then on the Movement Optimizer, attaching some of the bands into different locations really trained my body and was pulling me into these patterns that made me resist against it. So it activated my core, activated my hips and my back in a way that I haven't felt before. I felt like I was walking straight, I felt powerful. My foot was landing with the toe straight ahead. I was like, this is incredible.
Honestly, right now, thinking about what you guys have created here at Stroops, I mean, especially the whole Optimizer center, it seems limitless.
So my name is Bobby West. I'm from San Diego, California. I'm a certified strength and conditioning specialist, CrossFit Level 1 trainer, as well as a pain-free performance specialist. My passion for health and fitness started through my own physical pain. So I was in chronic pain for over 5 years and it ruined my life. Pain ruled every single decision that I made. This year is actually the first year in a long time that I've been able to play baseball and do things like Spartan races and train for half marathons. My goal to share my experience and share my knowledge with others so that they too can overcome pain and achieve their goals.
My name is Joe Lemon. I was born and raised in Pittsburgh. I'm currently living in Atlanta, Georgia. And I've been in health and wellness now for about 12 years. I've been working out ever since I was 13. Just one of those guys that loved it. Like my parents got me this 300-pound weight bench set. I sold them on it. And I've been hooked in like fitness ever since. And then I got into personal training. So I got into training athletes. I really fell in love like challenging people in the actual gym. I'm like a no BS type of guy when it comes to products. I had a chance to kind of work with a lot of different technologies and modalities out there, see what's real, see what gets you real results.
My name is Jason Carr. I do a lot of different things. I'm a running coach and author and speaker and a creator of a run certification program. My research has always been in athletic performance and specifically with running. And I think what I bring to the table is that most PhDs, they go into academia. And for me, it's always been how do I apply the research, how do I apply the science to a training program, how do I actually make somebody faster, how do I help them reach their genetic potential.
I was over at the Stroops booth earlier this morning, testing out their treadmills and really loved it. Really cool idea and felt results immediately. The Optimizer on the Optimil is completely different because it keeps that tension on you at all times. Your muscles are now being retrained to work together as a unit. Sure, you could do some hip flexor raises or rotate, but that's isolating it in a way that isn't necessarily applicable to your real life, to actual movement, to sport, to fitness.
I was curious about your actual treadmills because one, they didn't have a motor, and then I saw it was flat. But then once we got on it, I started to realize, and you start putting bands around my body to have my posture correct. And so I love that, man. I thought it was a great functional way to go about trying to improve your posture.
I was really skeptical because he tells me about this treadmill, and I'm like, well, dude, there's a million treadmills on the market. How could yours be any different than the millions of other ones? And how are you going to sell yours when all these other treadmills already exist? And I tried the treadmill and I like it. I think there's a lot of potential for it. There's a lot of versatility that you can do with it, especially with the bands that connect to you and pull you in different ways and realign you. And so there's a lot of gait training that you can do with this system, and that's what I like about it.
One of the coolest things that I noticed about the Optimil was that you could literally take it from a walk to a jog to a straight sprint. You could go backwards, you could go sideways, you could spin around if you wanted to, just like that. Very natural, exactly how you would in real life compared to like a regular treadmill where if you're trying to do these sprint intervals, you got to jump off and hold on for dear life and hope that you don't get caught and go flying.
Once I first hopped on the Optimil, I'm thinking, okay, gotta hop off on the sides. And that's how you get off the treadmills, right? After being corrected, I was like, wait, I can just slow down, decelerate, and you don't just hop on the pavement and you're off. Like, nobody does that. That's not realistic. And honestly, it really opens you up to a lot of injury. Like, a lot of people have had some pretty bad injuries, nasty ones, hopping on treadmills going 20 plus miles per hour and they're rolling. And that's what was great about being on the Optimil, is that you had that same pattern where you're in control. If you want to go faster, push yourself without the fear of flying off the side.
So I see the Optimizer as being a very versatile tool. I think anybody can use these. It doesn't have to be just an athlete. It doesn't have to be just a runner. It could be someone who's 80 years old and just trying to be able to walk up and down the stairs every day, to be able to pick up their kid, just to train their body in a way that meets their needs and their goals.
Russell Wilson spent like $1 million on his body. LeBron spending like $1 million on his body, right? And we're all like, well, I don't have $1 million to even get started with, right? Right? So with that being said, we all have a body that we should be trying to take care of, and we should prioritize that. And so being on your products, the Optimil, I mean, like something that my mom could do. She's 72 years old. She could easily walk on there and start at her own pace. Stop looking around and trying to compare yourself to everyone that's in your club or your clinic or even outside. Move at your own pace, and it's about getting 1% better on a daily basis. People could put this in their home if they wanted to, but really I want to throw a big challenge out to all the healthcare providers to really go for it and look at putting this into their clinics and figuring out how they can help people optimize their own bodies.
This product's not just your typical treadmill. You can get on it and do so many different kinds of strengthening exercises. Blew all expectations out of the water when I saw it and tried it for myself.